It is so dark and dreary in here right now because the weather is horribly cold, but I've just had a Waterstones order come through, and that will be the Filling My Shelf book of the month for November. November's theme is witchy. Since October wasn't overboard with the spooky, it was nice to actually get something witchy in. And we voted for is The Witches of New York by Amy McKay, which is not one I've heard of. It's one somebody else had recommended. It is set in 1880 and is about witches who set up a tea shop in Manhattan. When an enchanting woman called Beatrice joins the witches as an apprentice, she soon proves indispensable. But her new life is marred by strange occurrences. She sees things no one else can see. She hears voices no one else can hear. Has she been touched by magic or simply losing her mind? Amidst the witches' tug of war over how best to nurture her gifts, Beatrice disappears. But was it by choice or by force? In a time when women were corseted, confined and committed for merely speaking their minds, is anyone really safe? So this is more of an adult historical fiction with a bit of a magic twist. And the two books that I suggested were The Familiars, which is an adult historical fiction with some magic in it, or The Bone Witch, which is YA, like fantasy witch. And I was really going to vote for like my own suggestion of The Bone Witch, but I thought I'd go out of my comfort zone with a more adult audience book. So it is the 7th of November, which is actually my birthday, and hopefully I get to reading this sometime soon and finish it before November ends, although it is chunkier than I expected. It is 500 pages. It is the 8th of November in the morning, and I've just started reading The Witches of New York, and I am about 32 pages in. It's hard to say chapters because the chapters aren't numbered, they're named, and they're also split up between sections that are dated with moon phases, which is so cool. And I'm really liking it at the moment. There's lots of different elements of lots of different magical things going on right now, and the book itself is actually such a beautiful object. And there's poetry, there's spells, there's little demon-y things going on, so I'm really liking it at the moment. It is the 12th of November and I am about 311 pages, into this book, and I've got to say that I am completely obsessed. I love it so much. I love everything about the aesthetics, I love everything about the stories, I love everything about the characters. There's so much more diversity in it than I was expecting there to be. We've got characters with disabilities, we've got characters that are LGBT, it's brilliant. And honestly, it's the only thing I can think about right now, apart from my other current read, which is Princess in Practice by Connie Glynn, which is just as diverse. It's got such a great cast of characters. So between the two of these books, I am having an absolute fantastic time right now. There are so many different characters from so many different backgrounds and so many different diversities that I just cannot draw my attention away from both of them. And it's made me have a complete and utter dilemma because they're very different books and I've got matching bookmarks in them. But I love the vibe in both of them and I love the world in both of them and the story in both. So I'm having to read The Witches of New York before I go to bed and Undercover Princess when I wake up in the morning is how I'm balancing reading both of these at the moment. I don't know who recommended this. I had never heard about it before. And I've got to say, it's becoming a new favourite. I love it. I don't want to do uni stuff, I just want to read both my books. I almost forgot that I was meant to be updating you guys on my reading of The Witches of New York, and I finished it last night, and I've got to say that I absolutely loved it. Everything about the aesthetics, everything about the plot, even the way the book is constructed with like little snippets of information and stories and stuff to always open up a chapter, and all the brilliant like illustrations that the book has. I just really loved it. I've had the best time reading this book. It's been quite a while since I've been this obsessed with reading at the moment. So I've given this 5 stars, even though using logic I should give it 4.5 stars, because I wanted to know a little bit more about Adelaide and Brody's relationship, and I would have liked like 1 or 2 more scenes in the asylum, but I enjoyed it so much that I can't bring myself to drop that half a star. So I'm giving The Witches of New York by Annie McKay 5 stars. It's really sad to be letting go of these characters. There were little bits towards the end that were hinting that there was possibly room for a sequel, although I've seen nothing confirmed. Now, it doesn't say on Goodreads like this is book number 1 of anything. But there is potential there, so if she ever wants to bring this back, I would adore reading about these characters again. So thank you for watching, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Feeling My Shelf reading vlog for December.